The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Victory Monday! You are looking live at a bustling Tostitos Championship Plaza after that Cowboys win outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is gloomy and 63 degrees. The high is 65. The low is 53.
He is Nate. This is Kurt. He is Shannon. In the back is Chris Beam, keeping us live and local. I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Brought to you each and every day by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. How are y'all today?
Tired.
Tired?
Yeah, it was late nights. It was good, though.
It was good? Yeah. I couldn't miss today's show, and I apologize ahead of time. I had some issues with childcare, and I told the fellas I wasn't going to make it, and everyone encouraged me to bring Junior to the studio. So hi to Gray in the back with Chris. Good luck, Chris.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Is this the best day of your life? You're actually in a studio?
Did you know that I never been to the studio before?
Oh, no. Is it pretty cool? Was it everything you dreamed it would be?
Hello.
Are you going to shoot YouTube videos all day in the back? Huh?
So he hears himself in his ears.
Oh, okay.
So
All right, well, good. I'll see you.
That's why he's going, hello.
I'll see you in 42 minutes. So thanks, great. Thanks for letting me. Good luck, Chris. Fellas, did you see it coming? First off, hang on. You know I got to make this about me.
Here we go. As you should. If you won, it got to be about you.
I missed by 1 point.
Really?
Wow.
I had 27-24. It was 26-24.
Nice.
So there we go.
There you go. Pat yourself on the
took
back.
me
right there.
how many weeks?
15 weeks.
Get close. But yeah, I mean, thoughts on the game, man. Like Jesse, we know you didn't think they were going to win.
I did not, and kudos to those guys, right? Because listen, we get paid to sit here and to analyze and to talk and to try to figure out, what we see. My playing days are done. Nate's playing days are done, and so we don't have to go out there and actually do the work. And earlier in that day, those guys found out that they were eliminated from playoff contention. And according to Jerry Jones, he talked about it after the game. He said, if me and Mike, we met in his office before the game, and it felt like we lost somebody. That's the look that they had on their face. But credit to those football players, man. Those men going out there and just fighting and playing hard and playing carefree, playing loose.
They look like they had fun.
They look like they had fun, and I guess they're in their Grinch mode. They're trying to steal Christmas from Tampa, who are still in a fight between this division winning in the NFC South. Excuse me. Next week they'll have Philadelphia. And they'll be in a Grinch stealing Christmas mode again, and then whatever is left when they get to Washington. So shout out to all of those guys, man, for stepping up and for playing tough and physical and not quitting on themselves. That's the big thing, not quitting on themselves.
Yeah.
Well, I was shocked, but they came out and played well.
Yeah, when I heard that they were done, I was like, that's going to be just a kick in the junk, and they're just not going to have any energy, and they're going to be like, they surprised us.
Yeah.
So.
Was it a factor of they had nothing to lose, so they just go out there and play, keep it loose, back on the schoolyard?
Cooper Rush played like that.
Jordan Lewis played like that for sure.
but that's how Jordan Lewis plays, right? Like he plays. He's been the one consistent guy on that defense that has played physical and tough and just been a tone setter all year long. But you saw guys like Cooper Rush who came out there and played. Might be his best game.
Yeah.
Maybe the Minnesota game, but that probably was his best game, or at least his best half of football, the way that he played in that first half. Hell, even Mike McCarthy All right, he was even calling plays, designing plays, and using one play to set another play up. He played so carefree out there. I mean, at least the first half. The second half, don't know what the hell he was thinking about sometimes. But in that first half of that football game, Micah from Pittsburgh was in his bag. But there was a lot of guys who played, and we'll talk about all of them. But a lot of guys who played well.
What's your baby name?
Grayson.
Gray. How you think the Cowboys played, Gray?
We have lost Nate.
Yeah,
we never had Nate.
We never had him.
We never had him
how
on the
did the
show.
Cowboys play?
He didn't bring a backpack in.
Nothing. No coat. No
I
hat.
can't believe he has clothes
He'll
on.
have nothing.
Nothing.
He usually have something.
A pad,
Chris,
a
how did you
pen.
think the Cowboys played? Don't let these guys steal your thunder, Chris.
Did you stay
They
up that?
played great.
Great. Okay. All right. How did you think the Cowboys played?
Did you stay up all night? Like
Who?
you?
About what?
Working the game.
What game?
Kurt.
Did you think this was this the first time in a while that they beat a team with equal or better talent? We talked about that some
Pittsburgh.
last week.
Pittsburgh. Don't forget about them.
That's true. Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesse, I like your suit. Oh,
look
we did
good.
not talk about his
Welcome to the show,
Christmas.
Nate.
Oh,
Nate,
man.
Nate, welcome to the show.
Yes, Jesse. Look at Jesse's suit.
You sat in
that
the back.
fan down
For,
where we can
you
see
sat in
the
the back
suit.
for 10 minutes talking to him. We've had 7 minutes of the show.
Jesse, that's a beautiful suit, man.
He's gonna do. You realize that he's gonna do everything he can to draw y'all off sides today, wreck the show, anything to not be productive today.
You gave it to me when you say, "Hey, man, I got to keep my kid." Jesse said, "Bring him in." Yes.
What did you ask me again? I totally forgot.
Where you got that jacket? That's not what I asked you. But that's all. I don't remember what I asked you either.
Yeah, I don't remember what you even asked.
I think it was better equal talent.
Oh,
that
Kurt
kind
was
of thing,
asking. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, and I'll keep it to me, is I thought Tampa was a better football team. I thought Tampa had more to play for. I thought Tampa, roster is currently constructed is a little bit better than the Cowboys, but that's why they play the games, right? That's why you go out there and you play the games. And the Cowboys, again, they came out and they made play after play after play when they needed to make those plays.
Why do you guys think? Because it's been a while since we've been in this position where the season's over with what? How many games are left? Two. 2 games, and you're mathematically eliminated. Your season's been over for several weeks, but like mathematically, you're out with 2 weeks left, right? And like you said, these guys, they're not quitting. We've seen teams in the past quit before, and get coaches let go and everything. But is the NFL different now than it was, let's say, 10 years ago, where guys realize, like, I can't quit because I might not be in the league if I quit. I may not be able to take care of my family. Or is this team really showing something? Like, I tell you what surprised me, and I guess is impressing me, is CeeDee, right? I figured he would stay in. He would get the 1,000 yards. He would get, the numbers he needed to get to keep the records rolling and all that stuff. And then I thought he would just be like, I'm good.
Well, he kind of did do that.
He kind of did, but he came back when they needed him.
He had 2 snaps in the second half.
Yeah, but if he would have needed to, I think, stay in to come back in the last drive, like, he's still going out there. And he could just be like, I'm good. He could have no snaps, right? And you can tell he's hurting, man. Like, and I tell you what, he's earning a lot of street cred by doing what he's doing, and whether it's for the numbers or whatever. But is this team, are they grittier? Are they different? Or is the league a little bit different now because guys realize, I can't stop, it feels different.
That's a great question. And honestly, I don't know if there's a wrong answer because this team is very unique in its stance right now because the guys that you're talking about, like, I think what CeeDee Lamb has done the last couple of weeks is he's kind of shed that diva, whiny, pouty thing, right? Like,
he's tough now.
I think now when we get to 2025, 2026, and he has one of those moments where he's like, "Give me the damn ball," I think we all will be like,
give him the ball.
well, give him the ball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you heard what he said.
Yeah.
So that label of being kind of what he kind of good player, great player, but he did have that stigma. It was like can be a bit of a diva, that wide receiver diva thing. When you get to that top tier receivers, you become diva, and I think this has shed that.
He's becoming a leader too, right? like this is how you lead, right?
Lead by example.
Leading by example for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have guys like Deron Bland. Now, Deron Bland missed 10 games. Deron Bland's also guys who are looking for a contract, right? So he wants to go out there and do well. Same thing with Jordan Lewis. Same thing, but there's a bunch of guys who are in that same vein. So that's the part where you go, is this truly who they are? And I think guys like Jordan Lewis, that's who he is. That's always who he's been. But these other guys are all fighting for paydays and for employment come next year, whether that be under Mike McCarthy and Mike Zimmer, or if that be under the next regime. I think that's an important figure. So, Micah's going to play hard. Michael wants to win. He's a competitor, but Michael also is in a place where he says, you know what? Adding a few more sacks to my total doesn't hurt me. Mm-hmm. Adding a few more pressures doesn't hurt me going into this offseason where I'm trying to be the highest paid defensive player in NFL history. Those things don't hurt me. And other guys are trying to establish themselves. So it's I don't know. It's a weird combination of is this who they are? Does the circumstances lend for them to have to be more? Well,
they just
to not quit.
Yeah, what came across my mind was I think earlier in the season or even the offseason, I think Jerry had kind of admitted that one of his things of not giving McCarthy an extension, having all these one-year contracts, was motivation. He knew these guys had something to play for. Didn't exactly work out the way he wanted but here at the end, maybe it is helping them. At least they're not giving up because, like Jesse said, they have something to play for next year.
We talked to Chauncey Golston after the game yesterday, and you hear me and Jesse and a lot of other veteran guys that have played the game, ex-players saying they have something to play for, and that's the name on the back. And I asked Chauncey, you wasn't a starter, now you're a starter. You had a new defensive coordinator. Well, how long did it take you and this team? And he just said straight up, he said, it took this team 4, 5, 6 games before we become comfortable. I said, well, what was the issue? He said, every time we would get in a tight situation, the first thing we would do was go right back to what DQ had taught us. So coaches was continuing to hammer us, stay with the program. And then I said, okay, that's fine. I say, but where do you go from here? He said, well, you know what? I got a lot to play for. And he named like 3 or 4 players. We playing for our name too, because not only for this team, but for teams out there. We gotta make sure we play well. So it's a multitude of things of why these guys are playing well. But it all benefits them and this team. Mm-hmm. It don't matter what your motivation is, as long as it's clean and pure and you going forward, that is the only thing that counts. And I was just glad to hear a player say that, because I didn't want them to just think me, Jesse, and Jesse Holland, and they playing for that on their back. That is how it is. When you get this far in the season, you get shot down. Hey, man, y'all can play as hard as you want. You ain't going to the playoffs. That right there, now you go to your secondary cause, and that is you and your team.
How much of it do you think is them, or is it any of it playing for the coach and the coaching staff?
Hello.
I think hello, my young man. I think the basics they like coach. I think basically, not everybody's gonna like the coach, but the majority of the guys like the coach. But more importantly, they see how they can win within that system. And now guys are starting to prosper within that system, so they're playing hard. All of that plays a part into not so much that you like the coach, but is he putting you in a position to win? Is this offensive coordinator or this defensive coordinator putting me in a position so I can shine? Because when you get this late in the season, to know that you got to have something to shine, something to show these other 31 teams, hey, I'm legit. Now I got a chance to play. I'm legit. So you're out there. It's no one thing for Coach McCarthy. What he's been preaching is do your job. Run the offense, run the defense, stay within the boundaries of the special teams, and you will be okay. He said about 8 games ago, when I don't know who they played, he said, that is where we'll be in a few weeks. This is what we're trying to be. Not saying that they're going to be a playoff team or whoever the team is playing, I guess, with Detroit or someone like that. Yeah, you ain't going there, homeboy. But, you can win some games.
This team is so, weird and so interesting. And, what other team you're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, right? The season's over. We shouldn't even have this podcast for 3 weeks. And we're sitting here.
You speak for yourself.
No, I'm here.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
I want to get my
son. Come get your dad.
You know what? Y'all can go. Y'all can go.
I'm saying,
talking crazy.
I'm saying hypothetically, we shouldn't have this. But we have so much to talk about. We're talking about, why are these guys playing so hard? It's like there's always some dynamic. We're talking about, I think me personally, I think there's a really good chance Mike McCarthy is back as the head coach next year. And we've got, who else is talking like that? Because
let Philly romp us and we'll see what you say.
Yeah, well, hey, you beat Philly. It's just there's just always so much to talk about, and nothing is ever boring around here. Nothing is ever just the season's over. What are we going to do for the next 2.5, 3 weeks?
Jerry said in that Netflix trailer, it's a soap opera.
I can't
365 days a year.
I cannot wait.
It's a soap opera.
When does that come out?
I don't know. Chris was the one that was behind the scenes and didn't want to tell. Remember Chris was keeping that on the low?
Oh yeah.
He went wait.
He would miss a show and be like, I can't tell you where I'm at. We know where he was at.
Now we know. He's like, I got something to do.
I cannot wait. It's gonna be so good. All right,
let's choose to accept this mission.
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, more football on Hangin with the Boys.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hangin with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey, Cowboys fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
How about them Cowboys? Or how about them Tyson Cowboys Nuggets? As we cheer for the stars on the field, we love that we've also got some stars on our plate, thanks to Tyson brand star-shaped Cowboys Nuggets. They sure make game day special, and for every purchase of the new Tyson Cowboys Nuggets this holiday season, Tyson Foods will donate $1 to the Salvation Army up to $100,000. As you enjoy your stars on and off the plate, remember, tailgates and game day have always been Tyson.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Hangin with the Boys.
Go, Dad.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys, the second segment brought to you each and every day by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. Kurt.
Yes.
Swing by your local 7-Eleven down the street and grab your favorite item from the roller grill.
Lizzie!
Then enjoy a big gulp.
Oh, big gulp, son.
For just 89 cents, valid at participating stores. Fill up and get ready for game day. Pump 8 only. There we go.
Can I ask a question?
Is Grandma watching this? She's gonna love it. If
She's not watching, but I will
make sure.
I will record it and send it to her for sure.
What were you thinking when?
You mean I will record it for you?
Yes, please record it for me. I was gonna do it on my phone, but that's a lot better.
What were you thinking when Tampa got the ball back and 140 left?
There was a stat.
Game over.
No, there was a stat that came up on the screen that said
not again.
That Tampa had never won a game when trailing by 9 or more in the fourth quarter.
That's crazy.
And every week, my co-host and I, Scott Walker, every week it seemed like the Cowboys' first time in NFL history. First time in NFL history. So I'm like,
not in a good way.
Not in a good way. I'm like, I said, here comes. Literally, I said to myself, here comes the next first time in Tampa Bay history. You know, like that this is gonna happen to them. And boy, it looked like he was getting ready to walk them down the field, and Jordan Lewis and Deron Bland said otherwise.
It was so good to see Jordan Lewis, because we all know who he is, right? We talk about him on the show, and we know he's a dog, and you know he's a great football player. To hear him get national recognition and see him do that on a Sunday night game on the big stage, and just, I mean, that one play where he put the bionic arm up in the thing and just came down and like had the claw grip on it. I mean, but if you'd have looked at the stat line this morning and you would have been like, okay, Baker Mayfield, 303 yards, passer rating of 97.3, and they had a total of 134 rushing yards, you'd have been like, there's no way Cooper Rush kept up with that. Like, so...
Especially when we had 31 rushing yards.
I don't think you can ask for a better backup in the league unless you're using your backup position to groom someone to be a starting quarterback somewhere. But if you're just looking for somebody to keep you at, you know, what do you hope whenever when you have a backup? If he gets in, you want him to keep you at about 500, right? You want him to win half your games, right?
Don't turn the ball over.
Don't turn the ball over. Drive the bus. And like right now, I mean, I don't think you could ask him to do much better. And it seems like he's getting better and better and better. Hell, he could be the starter for some of the teams in the league.
Stop.
He's not, but he's not. But he's not.
See, here we go.
What?
Here we like you start that stuff again. The man had a good game. Let's just say that. Don't start talking about he could be, because if he could be a starter in the league somewhere else, he would be. He would be.
Do you think he's better than Daniel Jones was when he was starting in New York?
No.
Okay.
No,
fair enough.
No, because if you put Cooper Rush in that Daniel Jones situation, he'd look just as bad as him.
Okay.
And the one thing that he ain't got, at least Daniel Jones can run for his life. This dude here can't run for his life. He'll look bad after about 3 games, bro.
What do you think about the offensive line, Nate? How are they looking? They
hanging in there, man.
Are they improving?
They're hanging in there. They made some plays and they were consistent and they fought. But number 50, boy, Vita Vea
had their hands folded.
Did you see him grab poor little Cavante? You know what?
We're all just cringing.
He let him off the hook. He could have. And when they said, and they were right, they said he's literally half his size.
Literally
158 pounds versus 347.
But that wasn't the most impressive one for me.
Jake Ferguson.
When he hit Jake Ferguson.
He crushed him.
Jake Ferguson definitely was like,
Did he?
Who let a truck?
Did he know what that play was? How did he back out so quick?
Well, he had
was
dropped.
in coverage.
He was in coverage.
But he backed out and knew exactly where the ball was going.
Quarterback eyes. So when he backs out, he's now kind of the whole player, the rat player. He's looking the quarterback eyes. So when he threw it out there, he just was running.
He was reading his eyes.
Yeah.
I was like, how in the hell did he know that?
But any other player, linebacker, Levante, whoever else, Jake falls forward for a first down.
Yeah.
When 350 pounds hits you,
moving
with some momentum, you stop in your stance and you go down. Like, and they showed his eye. They showed Jake eyes on the ground, and his eyes were like,
"What happened?
What the hell just happened?"
Nate, how fun? Go ahead, Chris.
Isaiah saw Jake this morning in the breakfast hall and asked him about it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm still feeling that one this morning."
Yeah,
wow.
He gonna feel that one all week, bro.
I can hear Vita Vea like, "Coach, when I'm gonna be able to drop back? When you gonna send me? Let me drop back? I'm telling you, Coach, you let me drop back. I'm gonna make something out." You know. Yeah.
How fun would it have been to watch that guy? Because I know you were a big fan of him coming out of college. Like, how fun would it have been to watch him week in and week out?
Man.
That'd have been your dream. We would have got that guy and plugged that hole and had a
second round in the playoffs. It would have been history.
Had a player.
Second round of the playoff would have been history, baby.
He's fun to watch.
Yes.
You're a good guy, man.
What did you think about Cowboys defensive line is starting to play. Look like they're starting to gel and starting to play pretty good.
Sure, hanging you got Micah in there taking up 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah, and I like the way that Zim is deploying this. Like Zim has decided, I'm not going to sit back anymore. I have to create pressure. So he's sending a lot of guys a lot of times, and so the thing is, when this defense is not playing in such a deficit, especially when it's playing with the lead, you have more freedom to be aggressive. It's when you're trailing so much and you're being gashed so much, you got to kind of play the conservative role. You say, man, we already down 10, we already down 14. If they hit another home run, that's pretty much curtains. So you have to play this conservative bend but don't break type defense. When you within 4, 7, or you're up 4, 7, 6, 9, I can play more free because I have cushion that if all else fails and they beat us for a home run, we're down 3 now, or they tie it up, or we still have a 1-point lead. And so the way that he calls defenses opposed to when they're down is completely different. They get more of that can pin our ears back and go forward. They're not doing so much read and reacting, in these games. But this defense, Micah would you had the stat last week. This defense, 24 sacks coming into that game, is since Micah's been back, and in the 13 turnovers, now more than that after this game, put them third.
Most sacks during that stretch.
And
then overall, it's like
third in takeaways in that. So third in takeaways in the league with 13 over that 4 or 5 game stretch. So, having Micah Parsons is definitely a plus, and guys play off that. But shout out to Mike Zim, man. He's put these guys in a position to be successful.
Offensive line, go back to offensive line, Nate. They look like they're having fun. And you got it seems like you have some dudes that got some grit to them, a little bit of attitude. And it's been a while since seems like we've always had the nice guy offensive lines. Like, Travis Frederick was super nice, and Tyron Smith didn't talk, and Zach Martin's super nice. Lyle was the only one that was kind of nasty. It seems like these guys, they're going to give you that little extra.
Yeah, when you're not as talented as those 5 guys that you named, you better have something else to offer. I promise you. What you think, Jess?
That's true.
Yeah, when you're as talented as those 5 you just named, you better have something else to offer,
very
man.
true.
And that's what they're doing. They're trying to play hard. Coach is calling some decent plays for them. Chuma, hats off to you, brother, because, I ain't want you on the field. But Chuma is finding a way. I got to give credit where credit. He's finding a way to hang in there, man. He hangs in there. He's going to have his 1 or 2 moments, but he's hanging in there. Chuma Adoga is hanging in there, man. Still, thank you, Coach McCarthy. It took you a while to figure out that your right tackle is a play-action pass tackle. Run as much as you pass, and he will keep his confidence. You flip that thing to pass a little bit too much, and we will see Freddy Krueger rise up again.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, more good stuff on Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy classic wings, sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
This is Nate Newton from Hanging with the Boys, and Wingstop is here to bring the flavor to game day as the official wings of the Dallas Cowboys. Order now by downloading the Wingstop app or ordering online at wingstop.com.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouthwatering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, a 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Cowboys football games or to any other live event, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the final segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by Jigsaw, the proud dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah.
We can't let Jesse get it. What was the thing you text him that this?
I never did.
Oh, okay. Good.
I never texted.
Good. I'm glad you did.
I never texted.
Oh, his
did y'all have a show
his
Friday?
prophecy.
His stat of the week. We did not do the show Friday.
No, we didn't.
No.
We wound up not being able to do it. So, what surprised you the most about the game? Either side of the ball, offense or defense?
They were hitting.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
They were hitting like.
Yeah.
Boy, that
And they
shot Donovan gave Evans on his ribs. Oh,
Yeah, it looked like that didn't feel too good. He looked like he was fine, and he was like,
Maybe
I'm not.
hitting. Like there was some old school solid football playing, like hitting going on in that game. They had the Bucks had the one play they ran the bubble screen. I think it was to Cavante or no the jet sweep, and that the safety came down and he knocked over the receiver and hit Turpin like right as he turned the court. Like they were hitting. It was some hitting going on in that game that I was impressed with.
Some guys spending a little extra time in the training room today.
Yeah. Jake Ferguson being one of them.
Yeah.
No, but
What about you, Kurt?
yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I mean, it was
Physicality of the
yeah,
game.
Luafau.
yeah, Maris.
Marifau, however we're calling him. Boy, he had a couple good
Marifau.
Yeah.
Don't mess with that man's name. Don't do that. I'm finally started by the end of by next year, middle of next year, I have it right.
It just seemed like they had something to prove.
Yeah.
You know, that was nice.
Which is so weird because they had absolutely nothing to prove except the name on the
pride,
back.
yeah.
And it's like I just did not expect the energy, and
I did.
you did.
I just these guys, man, they're growing up, and we have to sign at least 7 guys besides number 11.
So that's a great
have
conversation.
to sign. I'm serious,
Because
man.
here's what you're looking at, right? You're looking at guys like
Golston.
Cavante.
Okay, yeah.
Turpin. You're looking at guys like Jordan Lewis.
Yes.
You're looking at guys like Chauncey Golston, Osa Odigizua. You're looking at guys like Eric Kendricks. You're looking at guys like Brandon Cooks.
Rico.
We're talking about Rico. Brandon Aubrey is another guy. I mean, so what level of priority does it take to sign all these guys?
Wait, Brandon Aubrey, is he the best kicker in Cowboys history? He's only been here, I mean, a very short time. Yeah. But can you
He's the
anoint him?
best long distance hitter.
What's the record?
Cowboy
He got a record last night?
14?
50 plus 50-yard field goals?
In one season.
In one season.
Yeah.
So
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Mike Tirico said, he said 50-plus yard field goals are like free throws to him. And I was like, damn, that's a great analogy.
He makes
Like, that's
it
a great, and he makes 50-plus yard field goals look easy.
Yeah.
We was talking to him last night after the game. We would say, how do you prepare? He said, well, I go out and hit before the game. Then, depending on where we at and how my swing feel, his kick. He said, then I give the coach, what I think I can do. I said, well, hey, what you thought you could do this game? Well, I felt real comfortable at 64. I thought he was going to say 57. You feel, all right, dog, you may get my respect. Yeah. He said he feel real comfortable at 64.
How did y'all get folks on the show? Were y'all here at the studio?
We was at the stadium, man, and when you win, you know how easy it is to get players.
Everybody want to talk dick. Everybody want to talk dick when you win. Ain't nobody telling them, no, he can't talk. Nobody shielding nobody from talking.
They weren't trying to, keep us away from that guy who blocked. Who caught the punt. Who missed the punt.
That reminds me. Did you see that Chargers play where they kicked that free
kick?
Yes, sir.
Free field goal. I never heard that
sir.
Before. That seems like a setup.
That's
robbery
old school, man.
That does.
The 57-yard free kick.
But back to
that started them to the win. That propelled them to that win.
Yeah, for sure. Back to your point, like you can't sign them all.
No.
And how do you prioritize?
You better sign the majority of them.
How? Do you have the money?
Don't do that.
Do you have the money?
They got the money. Signing Micah
you in the studio?
frees up a lot of money. Like signing Micah will do that. Hitting the switches on other guys will do that. But
because you've already been told that 24 and 25 are
retire.
So
come on, man.
So here's my thing on that is I want them to be very, very aggressive in free agency. Will it happen? We do not know. Mm-hmm. History says
no.
It won't.
Right.
That's what history says. Mm-hmm. Because if you're telling me that I either signed Brandon Cooks back or I can go and spend a little bit more and get a better player, then I need to spend that a little bit more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So what are the options? Like what are we saying? Sign all these guys back? Because I don't want to sign guys back and we miss opportunity to get a better guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want that to be the thing. And also, there are still a lot of holes to fill in this team. You still need running back. You still need offensive line. You for sure need a number 2 wide receiver. Mm-hmm. You need linebackers. You're gonna need some more DBs. You're gonna need a new set of safeties. Like so going into the draft it's this team has a lot of holes that they need to be filled. And if I can get some of these guys that are currently on this team back at the right price, then cool, we can talk about that. But I don't want to miss the opportunity because I gave this guy some money that I didn't want to go out and give the better player a couple more dollars and put him on his football team.
Who are your – go ahead.
But still, if you get that better player, okay, I understand that. But to not sign nobody and to just get all young guys, just keep picking people off practice squad rosters, and now all of a sudden you sign back Parsons and they didn't take your suggestion or signing back some of their own, you start from ground zero again. We'll be sitting here, well, Michael from Pittsburgh and Zim from Brooklyn. I don't want to go through that next year. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
It starts first with signing Micah as fast as you possibly can.
Can't wait till the end of the training camp program.
Like we can't do that again.
Right.
Because what happens now is if you wait to sign Micah, then you do find yourself in a situation where you don't know how much your cap you'll have left.
You miss out on free agent possibilities because
let's go ahead and get him done.
So we know what we're working with.
So now, and I don't know if that's a part they want us to know that you know what I'm saying? Because when you don't sign, there's always that. Well, we didn't know how much it was going to cost, so we couldn't really go out there and spend money. Now, go ahead and he's already said probably a little bit too much already. Mm-hmm. He's already killed. Like, don't be the first one to talk in negotiations. Like, don't be that guy. Like, let the negotiations work itself out. But he's already publicly said, 30 will get it.
You know what? His agent, I know his agent hated that, but as far as like fan perception, like I feel like the fan base was kind of like you said. He's got the podcast and he says to me, I feel like he really endeared himself to the fan base, and it was kind of like,
even though it probably wasn't the truth,
right,
whatever.
Yeah. Right. But still, the perception is like, you know what? Okay, like.
See, I heard that, and I was like, well, we heard Dak say that I don't play for money last year, and I just thought it was more
lip service.
David Malugeta, who is his agent,
is going to get his
is one of the best agents in this league, and He's not.
Mike, I know what you said, but just go do the podcast. Let me handle this.
Go play football.
The bottom line is what you said, Jess. Don't wait. I mean, you cannot continue to tell the fans, if I'd have just knew, sir, if you would have signed him, you could have been out in front of this thing. So that's not going to work again. I don't. No.
How would you? Well, who would be your priorities? Let's say Micah's number one. I'm sure on everybody's list in here. Who would be your second and third guys?
I would go all defensive line. I would try to, because your defensive line help these linebackers be who they are. It got to be defensive line. It's got to be a priority. It's got to be a priority.
I know mine is gonna sound crazy, but
kicker.
You gotta go back. You gotta go back and sign your most sure thing.
I think you got to sign the kicker and Turpin, because Turpin can flip a game on you.
No, we don't like. That's not a priority. Turpin's not a priority.
You wouldn't put him up there?
No, I put the kicker, but not Turpin.
Really?
No.
I think we can find another Turpin if we needed to.
You think so?
100%.
We haven't seen a Turpin around here since.
That don't mean they ain't out there.
Since
that means
never?
that we just ain't tried to sign them.
No.
I mean, the last one we had that was even in the ballpark, and I don't even think he was in the ballpark, was Harris.
I understand your liking.
Dwayne Harris has more kickoff and punt returns back than he does.
Yeah, but did he have the big play capability or explosiveness that?
Capability or actual productivity in it?
I guess both.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's been
I understand
it's been that
why
long,
you like him.
You know. Well, he is.
You know, you can look him eye to eye.
And he's from a hometown.
Why you like him.
There's a lot of reasons.
Yeah, he probably moved around by 18 times.
5'9", which, hey, he's probably 5'8", just like me, but he says, listen, if
he's probably moved around, 1 year home 17 times.
What would your priority be?
I just told you.
You get J. Lou.
And then who? After him.
Oh,
did you just spill water in your pants?
Jeez. He missed his mouth.
You running hot
this
over there,
dude
Kirby?
missed his mouth.
Trying to cool it off?
I dropped the lid.
This
trying to
dude
catch
missed
the lid.
his mouth,
I did miss
man.
my mouth. I was trying to catch the lid. It's on the table. And
your boy missed his mouth.
The players mess
Do
up.
you see any water in my chin? I did not
it's all
miss my
on
mouth.
It's all on
I
you.
dropped the cap. I was trying to catch it.
Yeah, players mess up.
Oh, my God.
It's all in your pants.
You sounded the dude that tried to catch the point.
It ain't even in my.
I'm double down.
Not even on my pants. Just the table. Y'all are too much.
Tell him when they get right around his mouth, he ain't missing that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna miss that.
Get five kids by accident.
Four. Stop trying to give my boy an extra child.
Who would you kicker and then defense? Who would be your number one defensive guy behind Micah?
Osa.
It's a good one.
You gotta show up that defense. You gotta as best as possibly can. You gotta bring Osa back,
because if you don't have him, you don't
really
have much.
behind the eight ball.
Yeah.
You're
What
really
about you,
behind
Kurt?
Yeah, I would.
Kicker?
I'd pick Osa first. I think. I mean, Aubrey's a great kicker, obviously, but there's a lot of good kickers out there, and when this team is hurting for defensive line.
Yeah.
So,
I think Aubrey was like, when I say him, because I think he might have the easiest deal to kind of go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It won't be.
You're not
He's
like
gonna
it.
break the bank.
He's not gonna break the bank.
Yeah.
He's not like, let's just go ahead and get you out the way.
You should get that knocked
Because
out quick.
like we special teams isn't talked about until they don't do what you need
Right.
them to do.
You don't want to be known.
You
as
know
a
what I'm saying?
special teams
Like,
guy,
not to bring up like high school stuff, but you saw South Oak Cliff give up 2 kickoff returns back for a touchdown and then miss a field goal to win a championship. You saw all throughout the league this weekend where guys, when you got something that's surefire from 50 plus, that's a weapon that's Chris Kyle level of just being a sniper.
Mm-hmm.
When you got that on your team, it just puts you in a position where
Changes the game.
You call offense different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You just like, hey, we just get here.
Get to the logo.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
And look at last night's game, right? Like, look at last night's game. What was the final score?
2 points.
2 points.
Mm-hmm.
He misses any one of those 58-yard touchdowns, it's a different ball game. So to have someone
Field goals.
field goals, to have, what do you have, 58, 53, he had 2 58s or 53 or
49
something
or
like that. He had like
that,
4 or 5 field goals last night, right? You miss any one of those, you lose a ball game. But yet he steps up and when you talk about, Cowboys field goal team, come on. You go take a pee because you're like, this is good. I can go get a fresh beer, go get some snacks, use the bathroom. You don't even have to worry about it anymore. Like, think about that level of security in a player. I don't think there's another player on this team that you have that level of confidence about and doing their job consistently.
Right, and even when you had good kicker, like Dan Bailey was a good NFL kicker, he wasn't automatic. This guy's got a miss.
He was for a while.
Yeah, Dan was.
Not from that distance.
Yeah, I'm talking about distance. Yeah, over 50. So, all right, fellas, show tomorrow. Then we take the day
You
off.
asked me who I thought we should sign.
You said the whole defense.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Who would be your one guy besides Micah?
The whole defensive line.
See, that's why I didn't ask you. It's like asking you the score. By a million, by one, just win. Never can get it. Hey, you did good. You toughed that out. Did not bring anything. No backpack, nothing.
Thank you for your son.
And just to tune out the first 10 minutes and not participate. You did
Hey,
good.
baby boy, you still back there?
You did good. He was back there on his pad with his headphones on. He's already lost interest. What's
up?
And he's back.
He's back.
Hey, Gray, did you have a good time? Did you have a good time back there with Mr. Chris?
You have a good time back here?
Yep.
You're gonna come back?
You gonna come back? Said yep, as he's walking away.
All right, good deal. All right. Well, fellas, we will see y'all tomorrow. Christmas Eve. Bring some Christmas cheer.
Still like your
Looks
outfit.
It's
like
Christmas Adam today, right?
Yes, exactly. The day before Eve. Christmas Adam.
Christmas Adams.
You kind of got the Michael Jackson Santa Claus
That's a good look.
motif.
Papa
going.
move.
I like it. So we will be. Not that kind of move. That's Kurt's move. That's Kurt's move.
Ho, ho, ho.
We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place on Hanging with the Boys.
We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!